Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today is Friday. It is the last Friday of February, and I'm back with you guys with another video. It's been a little bit over a week, guys. This has been a tremendous ride, guys. I have been on a tremendous ride in 2021. What did we say about 2020? We said that 2020 was going to teach us how to live in 2021, and in my case, it definitely has been a ride. So 2020 did prepare me. So guys, I've been through a lot, as you've seen in the previous clips, guys. My situation over here in Memphis, down south here in Memphis, guys, has been an amazing, crazy roller coaster ride. But that's not what the video is about today. We're going to talk about boundaries. Have you set your boundaries? I have set mine. And yeah, we're going to get through this thing in 2021. And as mature women, it's important that we focus on our self-care, taking care of us, mind, body, and soul, mind, body, and spirit, making sure all is well with us. Does not mean that you don't love people, but you definitely got to take care of yourself. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. I'm going to share a little bit about my experience over this past week. It's the reason why I didn't really come last weekend, but I had material for you guys from the storm, so you should have seen all of those videos by now. Thank you for the support on those videos. They did very well with my viewers, and I thank you guys so much. But I have had a tremendous ride, guys. I have to tell you about the fall I had on the ice and my recovery there and everything that you've seen in this previous clip. But I look forward to talking to you guys this weekend. We'll probably do this sit down. This is just the this is the preview before the video. You'll probably see the content on Saturday. You'll be viewing this. You are viewing this probably on Saturday evening. So yeah, but I'm glad to be back, chat with you guys, and give you a little bit of motivation, a little bit of inspiration to keep going. So I'll see you guys later. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is Friday evening and I decided to go ahead on and do this video tonight. I think I told you in the preview that I would be recording the video on Saturday and you would be viewing it that evening. I think I said that, but if I didn't, I just decided to go ahead and record it tonight because I've had a long day and I'm a little tired. Guys, I've had an adventure and experience around these parts of the woods. So before I get into the video, I'm going to give you a brief life update, let you know some things that's happened over the course of the week. I know a lot of you guys watched my videos of the snowstorm here in Memphis, which when I actually recorded the video of the initial snowstorm, I did not know that it was going to be as much snow as we ended up getting. I think while I was outside recording the video, the bulk of that video, we got to 4 to maybe 5 inches of snow, but by the aftermath, if you guys watch that video, it was around 11 to 12 inches of snow, depending on what area of town you live in. And being downtown, we actually got 12 inches of snow. So we were snowed in, guys. This city was shut down. I got a whole week off with pay due to the fact that they just decided to close my job. I work at a bank, a lot of you guys know that, and so they only had maybe 3 of our branches open that were like easily accessible from the highway. So with those roads being a little bit more clean because they were taking care of the highways, they just closed a lot of the areas that were more neighborhood or like downtown. Downtown was like one of the last areas to get touched because the trolley rail was out of service for the entire week. I could not believe that the snow really debilitated this city the way that it did. But even though it was a great experience to have snow, and a lot of people was, emailing me and sending me text messages and talking about how horrible it is. I actually love all of the seasons. I have always loved being able to experience the spring, the summer, the fall, and the winter. I love all seasons, but any of them can be extreme depending on what's going on. If you have allergies, you're going to be suffering in the springtime and the fall. And those hot, blistering summer days can get crazy when your heat index is like 110. Or if you're living out in Arizona, they get temperatures at like 120 degrees. So they all can be extreme. So it's not like I felt like, oh my God, but because of all of the things that happened within the course of that week, guys, my life was just shaking, just shaking. So I'm here sitting in my robe. It's Friday night, and I was just like, you know what? This is calm. It's going to be a rainy weekend. I said, isn't that ironic? You know, weekend prior, we were getting all of this snow, and now we're in the upper 50s and 60s. We've been for the past week. And then we're going to have a rainy weekend. So you can't complain. The climate just going to do, Mother Nature going to do what she want to do. Period. But just give you a brief update, guys. I had an injury. I had a fall on the ice. I know y'all saw me going up and down the ice. I was having to walk back and forth to work to change the signs for my company. I actually had to go in and send some emails to my boss who was working at a different location. So I actually, even though I was off, I did do a couple things at the branch like early morning, you know, just so that the things that we normally would get sent out like wires and things like that was still being able to be accessed by me sending emails. So walking, guys, just briefly, I had a really bad slip on the ice. I was crossing the street that I told y'all was dangerous. Y'all seen that if you watched the video. And as I was crossing the ice, it began to melt in that part of the street. So coming out of the snowy part into the slushy ice, the heel of my rain boot caught a piece of ice and it slipped from under me, and my legs went up in the air this way, guys, and I came down on my left hip and my arm. I thought I had jammed my shoulder or broken it, and I mean, guys, it was very, very painful. I was bruised for really severely bruised for about 4 days. I'm still a little bruised, still sore. I did go to the doctor because I just wanted to make sure everything was okay. And he actually told me that I was very lucky, because usually people over 50 don't need to be falling. That's what he said. Because it could be very detrimental. You could break your hip. You know, our bones are not like like they were when you were younger. But he actually told me I had great bone density for my age. So I was very thankful for that. And that's why lifestyle changes, diets is important when you get older, because you're going to need those strong bones. I am very adamant about taking my vitamins and supplements to continue to help build up those areas of my life that as you get older will deteriorate. So that's very important. But I had a very bad slip on the ice, and guys, it was just crazy. Then to cap that off, because of all of the ice and snow and the freezing of pipes, we had a water main break all around the city. And so the water had to be shut off, and we had to boil water for, I know, 4 or 5 days. And, you know, the higher up you were up in the building, the slower your water. So my water came to a drip. So I went like 3 days without an actual shower or a bath, 3 to 4 days having to boil water, wash up like you do. So guys, if you don't appreciate what you have right now, when you have to live in those kind of conditions, you learn to appreciate everything that you have, because I did. I had learned to appreciate everything that I have, because there are people who live like that every day, having to boil water to drink, because we had to boil it to drink. They didn't want us to use it for anything. So to wash up, all of that, you had to boil it just to be sure that you weren't, you know, consuming any contaminants or bacteria, putting it on your body. So it has been a rough week. And to top that off, my building, because of all of the water and the trash not being picked up, our building got a gnat infestation, guys, and it was coming up through the drains in our sink. So guys, I'm going to insert a picture here of my legs somewhere in here. I'm going to insert a picture where I had a very bad hive outbreak, because I have a phobia for insects. It don't matter what they are. Spiders, roaches, fleas, gnats, ants. I have a phobia, and I panic when I get around them. So I had a really bad episode of hives that broke out on me. And I'm going to show you guys a picture of that. And guys, they called in the exterminator, and they was here for days trying to exterminate. They weren't doing anything. So I started Googling what to do for a gnat infestation, and I found out about vinegar. And guys, the one I tried was the apple cider vinegar, and they were saying pour it down the drain, and make a dish, put a dish with apple cider vinegar with a little bit of soap, because they said once the gnats get inside of it, gets trapped, and then the sweetness, they're drawn by the sweetness of the apple cider vinegar, and then it'll get in the soapy water, you know, because you put a little bit of water in there, and that was supposed to kill them. You could add a little baking soda. Guys, I did that, and they were flying everywhere. They was being drawn to the apple cider vinegar. I was like, oh no, I'm not trying to get them to come like that. So I ended up further Googling, and it said the white vinegar would kill them right away. And so I done bought about 4 half gallons of white vinegar, guys, because all the stores, you know, now they were out of bottled water. It was just crazy. It was out of bread, it was out of everything. So I ended up buying me 4 half gallons of white vinegar, and I was just constantly pouring it down my bathroom drain, down my sink drain. I just closed up my bathtub because I wasn't using it anyway. And I just kept doing it down my trash compactor, running it, putting baking soda in there, letting it foam up. And guys, I saw a break after maybe 3 days. And everybody else was like, what do you do? What did you do? And I started telling people, and it actually worked, guys. I have been gnat-free for the last 3 days. Guys, that was a rough patch. So I just wanted to kind of share with y'all experience, and that's why I told you in previous videos that 2020 was gonna teach us some things. So you gotta be flexible. I've been flexible, but guys, I couldn't control that high vibe break. But I hope y'all will understand that was just some time. That was just a road. That was just an experience. That was a journey. That was all of that wrapped in one. But anyway, not to make this a long video, I just want to get on here and try to encourage you guys and motivate you a little bit. And I know you saw the title about my boundaries are being set. I think it's important that you set boundaries. And the reason why I wanted to leave this video today, and remember I talked about us digging in a little bit more this year, talking about some hard topics, things that may make you feel uncomfortable or even upset you a little bit because you see yourself in it. I think it's important that you have boundaries when it comes to everybody in your life, be it family, friends, co-workers, or whatever. And it's important that you stick to those things that you value, you appreciate, and that you have for yourself, and that you don't let other people infiltrate it. Sometimes, you know, you can give too much, you can do too much, and people take advantage of you. They take you for granted. And then when that happens, you are so devastated, you're so hurt. And I have been hurt so many times in my life by saying, okay, I'll just do it this one more time. I'll do this again, I'll help again. And I am about family and community. It is about trying to build this family or community of people that be together, love each other, help each other. But guys, y'all do know that sometimes it's not that way. We can pray about it. We can love people. We can want that to be. People might need to grow up or mature. But guys, sometimes people are simply out there to take advantage of you and to try to hurt you. So sometimes it's important that you learn what those boundaries are and you make people honor them. They won't do it, you know, if you don't make them. You have to put that boundary out there and tell them you will not cross that boundary. And that's for anybody, as I stated before. You know, sometimes people get upset with you. They're going to turn their back on you. They're going to say that you're selfish. They're going to say that you're mean. But I think it's important that every single person have boundaries in their life so that people won't take advantage of them. And that even comes to relationships, people that you're dating. If you've met a man in your life that, that you care about, you got to have boundaries. You can't let him disrespect you and call you at all hours of the night. If there's those cockroaches. I saw that on a meme today, that they always show up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Why do you only call me at 2? My thing, 2 a.m. in the morning. I feel like if a man really respects you, then he's going to do something that's respectable. He's going to call you at a reasonable time. And I don't want nobody getting in the comments talking about, well, what if he works and that's the only time that he's awake? He's going to figure that out, because most people are asleep at 2 a.m. And I don't appreciate a man feeling that that's the only time of the night that he can pick up the phone and call me to say, hey, I'm thinking about you. Those I'm thinking about you calls at 2 a.m. in the morning. And I think it's important that, we make those men in our life respect us, and you set those rules and those boundaries that they cannot cross. And I'm not saying that men shouldn't have theirs either. I'm saying everybody, every single individual, every single person need to have boundaries that they make people respect. That also applies to friends, family. Don't allow your children to cross your boundaries. Sometimes children can make you feel guilty for things that you may have lacked doing for them growing up. Maybe your money wasn't great. Maybe you didn't give them enough quality time, or you just didn't show them what they wanted or buy the things that you they felt that you should have, or like their friends or their other family members did, or maybe you just made some mistakes. We all have made mistakes, guys. There's nobody out here that cannot say they haven't made mistakes. If you don't feel like you have made mistakes, then you need to exit the video, because we all have. All of us live in some glass houses, so we can't throw no stones at anybody. We've all made mistakes, and as you grow, you learn. And sometimes, you'll get one child might have it better than the next child, but sometimes kids don't understand that. They feel like, oh, you're doing more for this one than you did for the other, and so when they get older, they want to make you feel guilty. I see that with my sister, with her kids. Boys sometimes want to make her feel guilty for, things that happen, and life happens. Every parent that has made a mistake with a child and done some things that they wish they could take back. But at some point in life, you have to realize it was a mistake you made. You learn from it, you move on. But you don't have to be punished for it over and over again. A person don't need to keep you mentally bound to the mistake that you made by dangling something in front of you and making you feel like you got to continue to do things. Sometimes people will, and I have friends like this, who only want to do things with me when it benefits them. It's something they want to do, somewhere they want to go. Like, when I've been taking trips going to Florida, and I have a friend that always wants to come to those trips, but in other times, they don't care to do things with me. Have boundaries. If you can't be a part-time friend, you're going to be a whole friend or no friend. You're not going to be that friend that when things look fun and exciting and you could be a part of it, then you want to come around. But you don't want to be around for the hard parts. Where were you when I needed some water? Where were you needed when I needed somebody to help me go to the store because I couldn't walk? Have boundaries, guys. Don't let people mistreat you. Don't let them use you. And that includes your family members. That includes your great friends. That includes those significant people in your life. Give what you want to receive. If you really want to love a person, show up for them. Be there for them. Be there for them in the hard times. When the times you don't feel like being bothered, you tired. Sometimes you have to get up out your bed and go help your friend when they need you. But if you don't receive that back, don't always be that person that's always doing it. At some point you have to say, enough is enough. Enough is enough. You're either going to love and respect me the same way I love and respect you, or not at all. Or not at all. I always keep my door open for my friends and my family to come back. I don't cut anybody off to the point where they could never earn my love or respect back. But you have to respect me. That's first and foremost. Wanted to send that out because it is a person that I feel needs this in my life. Man, it's a couple people I feel like need it. And we have hard conversations all the time about this topic. And although everybody have their different viewpoints on certain things and what they will, everybody has limitations and boundaries. Some people can take a whole lot. Some people got a real short fuse and they can't take much at all. But the whole point of this is that have your boundaries and make sure you stand up, hold your head up, and allow people to respect them. You'll be better for it. So thank you guys for watching today. I hope you all have an amazing weekend. Jump over to Self Love TV today, which will tomorrow, Saturday. I should have a video up for you there. Thank you for the overwhelming support on the snow videos. I think the first video got almost 600 views. That's the most I've gotten in a long time on a video. With the exception of my lock videos, which I need to have one coming up next month for my lock followers. It will be my 4-year anniversary, guys. I'm so excited about that. So I will see you guys in the next video. If you're new to the channel, I want to thank you for coming through today. Thank you for subscribing. For my OGs, thank you for always showing up, showing out, returning, and supporting. I love you all so much. Thank you for the membership. I appreciate it so much for supporting the channel and the content here. And I will see you guys in another video. Remember always, peace and love, kisses and hugs, and I'll see you real soon. All right, take care.